All right, welcome to Prize Picks on 5 of the 5 Reasons YouTube channel. I'm Ethan Skolnick. You can follow me at Ethan J. Skolnick at 5 Reasons Sports. I got David Eversole. You can follow him at David W. Eversole. Eric Wadicki. You can follow him at Eric Wadicki. Make sure that you use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Go to PrizePicks.com, the Google Play Store, or the Apple App Store. Download the app. That is free. And then use the code 5, F-I-V-E. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. They're just going to match it once, but there are no rollovers, of course, with PrizePicks. You can use it on pretty much any sport, and you can pair athletes from different teams together. You can even put props together from different sports. All kinds of cool stuff you can do. Look at that board. Look how many things there are you can do there. So check it out. Go to PrizePicks.com. Use the code 5 F-I-V-E. Get that initial deposit matched up to $100. All right, a couple of playoff games today. Divisional round. We've got a game that I don't think anybody expected before the season. Tampa at Detroit. Detroit's a 6-point favorite today. And then we've got the Bills and the Chiefs, a game that unfortunately Dolphin fans did expect. And we'll get into that one afterwards. But let's start with Tampa and Detroit. Eric, give me your favorite Lions prop.
My favorite Lions prop today is going to be old reliable. I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's got a discount going right now at 71.5 yards, or he did previously. Even at the 94.5 number, he's been super reliable. He's Jared Goff's security blanket out there. He's going to get that number, 94.5. It's almost in that Tyreek Hill territory midway through the Dolphin season with him at this point.
David, Lions side?
Yeah, well, I went with that on the half a touchdown with Amon-Ra. It's one of the demon plays. But my favorite Detroit play was Sam Laporta. I went with his demon over the half a touchdown. He had 10 touchdowns in the regular season. 9 of them were at home. Tampa Bay gives up the second most receptions to tight ends in the NFL, second or third or 30th, and 29th in fantasy points allowed to tight ends during the regular season. Really good matchup. I love the underdog quarterbacks on both sides of this game. Two good run defenses, two bad pass defenses just statistically. So I feel like both teams are going to be able to move the ball. But I love Laporta in this game. I take him over on the half of rush and reception touchdown on the demon play.
All right, let's go over to Tampa. David, what are you seeing there?
Well, Tampa's interesting because everybody is kind of following the Baker Mayfield thing. But I went with Chris Godwin, another demon play. There were 3 or 4 demon plays on the board that I thought were really quite probable or at least possible, and Chris Godwin was one of them. So I went with him over half the rush and reception touchdown. I actually paired that with Laporta. And I also like McLaughlin, the kicker for Tampa, over 1.5 field goals made.
Yeah, I like that one too. I think I'll probably play that one. Eric, what do you see with the Bucs?
With the Bucs, I went with Rachaad White rushing and receiving yards over 80.5. As David mentioned, Detroit's got a really stout rush defense, but Tampa Bay runs the ball a lot, 266 carries for Rachaad in the regular season, so the volume's going to be there. And then he gets a lot of passing game work. He's actually hit that number in 9 out of his last 12 outings, over 80.5 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, we see it, later in the season, they had to go some different directions to win the game, but I would expect them to go back to him. All right, so let's take a look at Kansas City and Buffalo, man. Dolphin fans don't want to hear about either of these two teams, so we'll try to bust through this pretty quickly. Give me your Chiefs play, Eric.
My Chiefs play today is going to be Isaiah Pacheco over 15 carries. The Chiefs have really leaned into Pacheco, and on the road in Buffalo, they're going to continue to have to feed him. It just feels like one of those situations where, don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I'm with you. They basically decided they have 3 guys on offense other than Mahomes they can trust, and they're just going to keep going to those 3 guys. Although Kelsey hasn't been that trustable of late, I guess. David, on the Chiefs side?
Well, love Pacheco. Obviously, he's been getting plenty of volume. I'm going to take him another demon play over the half a rushing touchdown. I feel like today is probably, since they rolled out these demon plays, there are more on the board that I feel like are actually capable of hitting. But my favorite Kansas City play, you talk about the 3 reliable guys. Well, I'm going to give you the 4th, and that's Harrison Butker. 6.5 kicking points. Conditions in Buffalo actually aren't that bad. Yes, it's cold, but there's 0 new snow from what I saw. Forecast about 22 degrees. Obviously last week he put up 14 kicking points in a much more miserable weather environment in Kansas City. I got no problem taking Butker here. I think a very friendly number, 6.5 points.
All right. Let's go over to the Bills, David, before we close it out.
The Bills, you got to look at Josh Allen. I think they've kind of downplayed his passing number here. It's pretty friendly. His base number at 227.5. That's a number you can see him going over quite easily. I mean, yeah, he's been up and down a little bit, but you feel like, with him versus Mahomes, we've seen this script before. It's going to bring out the best of Josh Allen, I feel like, in this game. I like him over 227.5 passing yards.
What do you think? What do you think, Eric?
I actually like Josh Allen. I'm going to go with the Demon, his passing touchdowns at 1.5. Josh Allen at home this year averages about 2.1 passing touchdowns per game. And he's seemingly raised his play over the last few weeks. I think that continues. He goes over 1.5 passing touchdowns today.
All right. So some of the plays that we like today, I love the Laporta play. I feel like that's a gimme today, and I really like the Pacheco play as well. So I'm gonna jump on those two. Make sure you're using the code 5 FIVE. Game's almost starting, so we want to jump on there now. Okay, put down your $20 if you don't want to put down 100, and just start playing. Go to PrizePicks.com. Use code 5 FIVE.